We got a hurting ass edition of the Doing All Right podcast, man. People recovering and shit. People getting evaluated for their injuries. People podding on their injuries. Pro days and all that, you know what I mean? Coaches getting on planes and boats, tapping in with these guys. I got Bryan Broaddus over here. What's good with you, sir?
I am good, man. I'm much older than you.
For sure.
Twice as old as you.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the fact that you have ailments already as a young man, that you're experiencing these workouts where, man, I didn't know I had a muscle there. Oh, man, I didn't know I had a muscle there kind of guy.
Just a problem.
Oh, you're on the big camera now.
Just a problem.
Yeah.
When you powerlift and play football in your youth,
yeah,
you wear down.
You wear down.
When you go to college, you get big.
Yeah.
When you turn 30, you want to get small. But you forgot your body was messed up.
Right.
You just totally forget. Yeah, I'm still on. You just totally forget that your body tore up. You know what I'm saying? So, man,
Well, it's appropriate.
This the bad part about working out, bro. This the hard, and I promise you're gonna get some workout.
Yeah.
Is when
Fast forward to 6:02.
I remember, Brian, I used to be like a fluffy ass young boy.
Sure.
And
I'm saying sure.
You were definitely around. I was a fluffy ass young boy. And what I notice about people that when they first work out, when they fresh off the couch, the weight melts off of you.
Sure.
Like you can just walk around the mall and you'll be, man, you look, you know what I'm saying? Because your body's used to being fat as hell. So when you do a little work, it comes off of you.
Right.
When you play football, you run a lot.
Yeah.
When you power lift, you lift a lot. So, and this is horrible science. I'm not no doctor. It's just my personal experience. Your body adjusts. So I can't just lose regular pounds, regular walking. I got to do HIIT workouts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we, Brian making fun of me because I come in here going, or this chair that I just can't simply just sit down in because it's my height. I just can't sit in this mother. I fall. I got to jump in it. But when I jump in the chair, I make noise like, and then I pull from the table, but when I pull it, activate this shit right here, and I go, you know what I'm saying? So Brian making fun of me because he like, damn, dog, you sound like an old man.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm just hurt because I got to do hard work to get in shape. And it's like, I'm 34. I'm 34.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's my fault that college made me husky again, but damn. I'm hurt.
It's so funny when like I hear you jump in the chair or I hear you turn the lock on your office. Oh man,
I'd be hurt, bro.
I hope you're okay, bro. Hey, you're here. We're working.
My ACL is intact.
There you go.
My PCLs, all my CLs are fine.
You're getting ready for something then, huh?
Brian, something happened on the Twitter machine yesterday.
How about that? You and the Twitter machine kind of having your kind of go-arounds here, aren't you, a little bit?
We're in the quasi-dead period of draft time anyway. So the next 3 weeks about to be some bullshit. We should draft April 1st. April Fool's Day is when the draft should be.
You know what's funny? You say that. We had a question yesterday on 105.3 The Fan. I think it was Zach Wolchuk asked it is, should the free agency period be after the draft?
I like how it's currently set up. Basketball does its thing, but how football, I'm not a basketball guy, but how football kind of does it is like you get big free agency, then you draft, and you get little free agency. Right. I kind of like how that's set up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you get to spend the money, draft, then like post-June 1 stuff starts to happen. And I think that kind of keeps us busy. It keeps us activated. And I think how football works is, basketball, you got 5 starters. Football, there's 22 on each side. Then there's teams guys. So you probably got a lot more research you got to do and all this kind of little stuff.
I totally agree. That's the answer I gave because I was starting to think about how to put together a board.
Yeah.
And maybe it is too much time to put together a board, but to me, I need all this for the medical. I need the combine. I need the all-star games. If I'm going to make a decision on these players, and there's a lot of folks out there, you say it pretty well, that all these teams suck at drafted. Yeah. Bill Walsh always used to say there's only 6 teams you have to worry about. That's kind of the thing. But I'm one of these guys, maybe because I've done it for so many years, that if you give me the time, I'm going to do the best to use it in the right way. And I think if you shorten the process of the evaluation of the draft, you're not getting all the medical, the workouts, everything you need to probably make a pretty decent decision.
Yeah, I just like the idea that I get to fill my roster out first.
Yeah.
The Cowboys did a lot of, one, roster moving, but two, it was a lot of people that the Cowboys just didn't bring back.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of Cowboy free agent guys that they just didn't bring back. I wouldn't want to draft dudes on a roster that's super empty. I kind of like the idea that I get to fill my roster a little bit first.
I do too.
And then I get to go, hey man, these wide receivers up here.
Yeah.
But I've already addressed that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I kind of like having it and then going into it. But this is where we are in the draft process now, where we kind of got to make up content, and it's cool, man. You know, it's a cool job. I could be doing something else. But Bryan, there was a little video that went around the Twitter machine yesterday and all that, and it was like, "Hey y'all, Jermod McCoy doing shit." I was like, okay, and I watched the video.
Okay,
Bryan Broaddus, you know what I'm saying? I took a look at it, and it is Jermod McCoy doing shit.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily covering other people running full speed.
Sure.
But he's doing stuff. He has a long sleeve on his left leg and all that, and he's running around, he's flipping his hips, and he's changing directions. Here's my criticism of it.
Okay.
Not even criticism of it. But when you go through an injury like this, it ain't the healing, it's the comfort side of it.
Right.
It's the comfort that matters the most. So you can be like, well, Voch, it looks like he's moving around fine. I don't have a doubt that Jermod McCoy is going to move around fine because he's so removed away from the actual knee injury.
Right.
It's the uncomfortable stuff that's just going to pop up. So in these drills, I would imagine that whoever his personal trainer, the character that's calling the drills for him, they're going to do stuff that Jermod is like comfortable with. What I want is when the combine happens, right?
Right.
These coaches will go, okay, I know that you stiff. I know a series of movements that exposes stiff hips.
You got it.
I'm going to make you do that.
Absolutely.
And see what you look like.
Absolutely.
See, some of these drills are like, you know, when they want to show off on the social media stuff, it's kind of catered to what they're good at, which is cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to see you do something that you may or may not be comfortable with. And I assure you, Bryan, because 32 teams probably going to be at this damn pro day.
Absolutely.
In Tennessee.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do, Bryan, is they're going to go, all right, Jammad, you say which knee it is? Is that left one right there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I want you to open on your left side, flip and break on that knee as hard as you can.
Yeah. Coming downhill. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're not going to do it like you're going to do it when I say do it.
Right.
I'm going to surprise the shit out you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I may throw a couple other elements at you to make you not even think, you know what I mean? I want to see you muscle memory plant on that knee.
Yeah.
You may get doctors, Bryan. I don't know if they do it now, but I know like old school doctors, they'll just come pull on the foot. They'll just pull on your knee.
Oh, yeah.
They'll just come knock on the damn thing.
Yeah.
They'll just smack on your knee. Yeah. I want him to be in an uncontrolled environment. And look, pro days are more controlled than combine is, which is why combine was more important.
Right.
But coaches are going to have a say. The medical people are going to have a say, trainers and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be like, well, I want to see him do this, do this.
Yeah.
So whatever coaches, position coaches are going to be around calling the drills, I want to see Jammad do that stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. You know, we were watching the video, and to be honest with you, man, I don't think he was very confident running the drill. You know, I mean,
Zach, you can go ahead and put up there.
Yeah, I mean, if we could go, I don't think he was super confident in running this drill. I think he's trying to kind of get a feel for how it's going to work. He's got the knee sleeve on, obviously. There's your control pedal. There's the drills you're asking. That's the old Raider drill. That's the Al Davis drill of going side to side and then flipping your hips. Here you got the W drill. These are things we see at the combine. There's just not a lot of explosiveness there. I mean, you really want to see him sit down and explode off that knee. Yeah. And, you know, this is nice that he's doing all these things. I think he's just really, to be honest with you, just trying to get an idea of how it's going to feel. Because that doesn't look like a very explosive player right now. Yeah. And so to me, I'm with you on that. I think that when you look at these drills, and it's nice to see him do these things. It's nice to see him out there.
Yeah.
But where it's really going to matter is when there's a secondary coach of an NFL team and they're putting him through these things and really making him have to work to get it to make sure that everybody feels completely comfortable. It's nice but man, this guy, it's been a good while since he's done stuff like this. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's talk about that he might have been ready to play.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen him play a game. Because it's game stuff that's going to be different than this right here. Like, if he's the left corner, what happens if you got if a running back's coming wide, you got to set the edge, you got to plant your left foot to go in on somebody that's trying to crack you or something. You know what I mean? What's it look like when you got to chase around Devontae Smith or something?
No,
and he start breaking down on you. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see hey, look, this is fine.
It's good. It's at least a start. It gives you an idea that he is going to be ready to work out.
But this goes back to the Crosby, how much are we paying for, right?
Right.
Does this video make you comfortable enough for 12 overall?
Right now, I would say no. This was my cornerback one, and I was hopeful. My hope is that he runs a really good time, but I am more concerned by how this is going to look.
Yeah.
And I think every day he's going to get a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But this, I just do not. I see a guy that's kind of feeling it out. Yeah. He's not really. And I would like to have. There's trainers in the league that I would like to send this to them that I know and see what they say.
What you think? Send it to your man's over there.
Yeah, exactly. I've got guys around the league that I'm like, if you were to watch this workout,
what would you say?
What would you say? How would you feel about that workout? And I think my eye, the lateral stuff here, that's there we go. He's doing the right things, but that sleeve on the left knee, clearly preventative. But man, when you watched him play in 24, it was a really quick element to his game.
His game,
his explosiveness was big time.
This is why I have him ranked over Mansour Delane.
Yeah.
And look, Delane ran his 4.3 fine.
Yeah.
His tape don't say that.
Right.
Mansour's Delane tape don't say 4.3.
Right.
It may say 4.42 or something. It don't say mid 4.3s. Jammad's tape is flying.
Yeah.
Mansour's game, I said this yesterday on the draft show, like if I walk into a room and I try to sell you on Mansour Delane, the first thing that I'm not going to say is, he ran a 4.3 at his pro day. No, I'm going to talk about how smart he is. I'm going to talk about his technique. I'm going to talk about how he is an off man in zone. I'm talking about how he, recognizes routes and all this kind of stuff. That's what I'm going to sell you on first. I think Jermod McCoy does all those things. I think he's a much better man cover guy. But you see the explosiveness in Jermod McCoy.
No question.
Nobody got behind Jermod McCoy.
No question. Yeah.
At the best competition.
Right.
Last time we seen him, which was a long time ago, long time ago. Like playoffs, hey, there's Alabama's guys, Ryan Williams out there going, hey, here's Ohio State dudes or whatever. Like that's the film that Jermod McCoy got me excited about.
Right.
He's number 5 on my board, regardless of injury.
Yeah.
He's 5 on my board. I just want to see him do stuff full. Like that's what I like about the Miami guys, right?
Yeah.
Ruben Bain and Messidor, they didn't go out there and be like, hey, man, measure my arms.
Yeah.
They didn't say clock my 40. Yeah. They did drills.
Right.
They said, we about to weave these bags. I'm about to hit this sled. And they did it full speed.
Right.
And they bent. And there's this great picture of Ruben Bain parallel to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dipping. And I'm like, man, him doing it full speed at this pro day, the coach just asked him to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to see Jermod McCoy do that before I lose my mind.
See, you talk about the Miami kids too, and you see all the they were breaking it down to launch angles on look at Ruben Bain here. Look at the extension.
It's your first step.
Yeah.
What does your first 2 steps look like?
Exactly. So I mean, we've got it down where we've got it broken down on a grid with angles and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm encouraged by the fact that he's working out. I'll be even more encouraged though and I don't know if in a week's time we're going to see that explosiveness once again, but you're going to get a 40 time likely, and you're likely going to be able to see and have an idea. And the hope is that every day he's going to get better. That's going to be one of the most scrutinized workouts I know that Daniel Jeremiah, he had a list of the players that are kind of those guys that might be the most picked on, polarizing, yeah. And McCoy is clearly one of those guys.
Well, I think he's polarizing because if everything is good, he's a top 10 pick. If not, he'll go anywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
you might see him at 20. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about it is, and I think that the Cowboys. There's been whispers. Mm-hmm. There's been whispers, and there's been a clear thought about these players or taking players that have had medical these concerns. Mm-hmm. And like there were a couple different times where I heard like we're not in that business. We're not in that business. Well, there was a time where they were in that business, and maybe they're just completely bullshitting me right now.
It's interesting. Some people that hear from the front office people will be like, nah, we're not taking red shirt dude.
Yeah.
But if other people ask about Jammad, like I'm asking about Jammad,
right,
they'll be like, hey, man, I can't talk about Jammad right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that leads me to believe, like, if they don't talk about Jammad, that means that they're talking about Jammad. To me.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me.
Yeah.
When all the big stuff happens, whether it be Pickens, whether it be the Max stuff, the Quinnen stuff, they don't want to talk about that. They get left on red.
Right.
They'll answer. They'll answer any other. Hey, what y'all think about the running back in the second round? Yeah, we like him. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, what y'all think about Jammad? I can't talk. I can't talk to y'all about Jammad.
Yeah.
I can't talk, you know what I mean? So we'll just wait.
The big day at Tennessee. And speaking of pro days, I'll just throw them out there too as we talk. Alabama, Ohio State, Texas A&M, and Central Florida.
Ohio State will probably be a packed one as well.
It will be a packed one as well.
Be a packed one as well. They got dudes all up and down the board there, so we'll see. Bryan, I want to get right into these players because I think some of them are going to require some conversation.
I actually think this is a pretty good list of guys. And I mean, of the grouping, maybe the most consistent of where they might be.
I was shocked about a few of them.
I was too.
So, Bryan, I got a 4 in here.
Okay.
And look, this is when in real life we in the 5s and extras.
So
when we find a 4, I get excited that I find a 4.
Yeah.
I got a 4 in here, Bryan.
I do too. I actually got 2 of them.
2 4s?
I do. I got 2 4s and 2 5s.
I'm a coward about one of them.
Oh man, please don't tell me you're a coward about.
Don't even say nothing. Don't even say nothing. No. So I got a 5 right there. He could be a 4, but safety just so thick right now.
Oh.
I got a 5 right here. I got 2 5s. Cool. I got 2 5s. I got 3 5s on a 4, Bryan.
Okay.
And 1 could be a 4. This is gonna be fun.
Okay.
How about this? Don't tell me who. How many of? Okay, so we got 2 D linemen and we got 2 safeties.
Yeah.
What's your grade? Don't say on which one. What's your grades on the 2 D linemen?
2 D linemen would be a 147.
Okay.
And the other one would be like a 158.
Damn, Bryan, we might be right there. All right, let's do this. Bryan.
You asked about the defensive lineman, right?
Yeah.
All right,
I got you.
Sometimes you have to kind of.
I got you.
You did. You got me.
So here we go.
Yeah.
Bryan, I was watching Kaleb Proctor, right?
Okay, here we go.
I was watching Kaleb Proctor.
Yeah.
Interesting character.
He is very interesting.
When we get to this point, there's a lot of small school guys that's going to pop up in this thing.
Southwestern Louisiana, small school.
Just like with our Georgia State wide receiver.
Yeah.
I had to put my evaluation into 2 stanzas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the same for Kaleb Proctor, right?
Right.
I'm going to do my general eval of Kaleb Proctor, and then I got Kaleb Proctor versus LSU and La Tech.
You watched the 2 I watched.
Because I think that's important.
Yeah, I think it's important too.
I watched those 2, and I also watched them against the other peoples, right?
Yeah.
Because I just wanted.
But you got to watch the bigs.
I wanted further clarity.
Right. That's
to be clear.
No, that's something you always talk about.
Just to be clear,
competition.
Me and Bryan on the same page with this, right?
Hey.
We don't rehearse who we watching.
No.
But the first thing I want to do is, who are the toughest teams that you played against?
Amen.
And I'll watch 2 of them.
Amen.
So if you a guy that was in the playoffs or something,
amen,
I'm going straight to them.
Absolutely.
If you from a small school,
you could do that with the Indiana safety.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find what big games you were in. You know what I mean? It was one of these pass rushers last week. It was like he played a bunch of small schools. It was like Michigan and Ole Miss or something. I'm going straight to Ole Miss.
Right.
If your best game is Minnesota, that's still a Big Ten team, let me see where you at with it.
Okay.
So with Kaleb Proctor from Southeast Louisiana, his general eval, Brian, and this is against all of them.
Yeah.
He beating the shit out of these people with quickness.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Quick first step. He's probably a 3-tech of some sort.
Yeah.
I think he's super disruptive. I saw him stacking shed once or twice.
Yeah.
That ain't his game, but I seen him kind of stacking shed once or twice. They'll move him around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They'll let him rush over here, rush over there, but I think he's mostly going to be a upfield B-gap pass rushing kind of guy. Shows a lot of effort in the run game, all this kind of stuff. This is his general eval, Brian.
Right.
His hands can be sometimesy, but as a general eval, I normally just see him out-talenting people.
Yeah.
So he'll attack a half or he'll run through somebody and you'll see him decimate people. Or he'll roll up against the center, move, boy, and the center just get, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's my general eval. He beating the shot, these kids. LSU and La Tech specifically.
Yes.
Let me just say, the first line, he at least belonged in those games.
No question.
He belonged in those games.
No question.
He didn't get picked on like some of these, like, you know,
Yeah.
you don't like my man's Westmoreland
Tulane.
from Tulane. He go play Ole Miss and they beat the shit out of him, right?
Yeah.
Proctor at least belonged in these games, Brian.
Yeah.
I think he, once again, solid as a pass rusher. Won't say that he's super ridiculous like some of these other teams where he beating them with like one-hand swipes, but you could tell that LSU knew who he was.
Yeah.
So they'll bring a little help over there.
Sure.
But there were a lot of times where you see him thump the center and the center go, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So versus good competition, I'm seeing strong hands now. Brian, he may stack a shed 1 or 2 times, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he's going to be disruptive upfield. I think he got better the longer the LSU game went.
Yeah.
And he started getting sacks and pressures at the end.
Yeah.
So I think early in the game, LSU was kind of thumping him around. And Brian, to be fair, I did kind of see him lose his balance a little bit.
Sure.
I did kind of see him get knocked around. He ended up on the ground here or there. But the Alabama kids may end up on the ground sometimes versus the LSU kids.
They do.
Or La Tech or whatever. But Brian, for the most part, I thought that he was really active, high motor, strong hands, inconsistent with the hand technique.
Okay.
And it shows more versus better competition. But you still see the burst, you still see the upfield presence, and you still see the ability to disrupt that got better throughout the game.
Right.
Brian, I got him in the 5s.
Okay.
I got him in the 5s. But I'm thinking about putting him a little higher, like over Holden and Gil Howard and them.
Yeah.
But I do have him in the 5s, and I think if he played versus better competition more, I think he'll get conditioned to better competition more. There was clearly a time in both games, LSU and La Tech, there was clearly a time early in those games where he goes, okay, this ain't Copiah Lincoln Community College, right? But once he got going,
rhythm,
he was strong. You started to see the hand extend and come off. And I don't think he's super nuanced in the run game, but I think he's good enough to effort, show power, show hands, stack and shed once or twice, and go make plays. But he's really going to get busy in the passing game, Brian. I got a 5 on him. Where you got, Kate?
I tell you what, here's my 148.
That's your 1-4.
That's my 148.
Lay 4, got you.
Yeah. Let me tell you what, I'm about to blow your mind.
Please.
This is a poor man's Kenny Clark.
I take that.
This is a poor man's Kenny Clark, the way he plays. You could play him at the 1, you could play him at the 3. He's got that kind of ability where you watch him, that first step explosive quickness.
Let me say this, as a 1, not like a nose, not like a 0,
heavy, not like a heavy,
pass rushing 1.
Exactly.
That's fair.
They will twist their fronts.
Yep.
And so what you do is you play adjacent linemen. So he's going to play in a 1 or he's going to play in a 3, and they'll twist that. Is what they'll do. And this guy is capable of all that stuff. This guy, I feel like though there's kind of there's like some bend, there's some acceleration. Listen, my alma mater LSU had a hard time blocking this guy. He was in the backfield quite a bit. I mean, they were trying to down block him. He got past that. He's explosive up the field. They try and trap him. He gets past that. No, this guy's got first step quickness. He's got that short area agility. when the ball goes away, he's able to get over there and make the play behind the line of scrimmage. You can watch it against Louisiana Tech in the backfield. Louisiana Tech plays good football, but this is what you got to do with this guy. At 6'2", 291 pounds, I was really surprised. Like, I'm thinking, okay, Southeastern Louisiana, let me see. Okay, LSU. But he's kicking my alma mater's ass. And my alma mater is like spending $30, $40 million on players. Yeah. Shame on us. We should be doing better than that. But you watch this kid play, the twist stunts, the talent that he's dealing with and how he's able to go up against that. I kind of like him when he's on that move. Now, you're right. I think when teams get their hands on him, sometimes it's a little bit of a problem, and you'd see them, the part you're right about getting knocked around. Mm-hmm. But man, this guy has got he's got a fit for an NFL team because at that 291 pounds, he's explosive and he's strong. Mm-hmm. So I like this, and that's why I was thinking, man, this is a poor man's. If I want to compare it to somebody at the Cowboys, sure. This is like a poor man's Kenny Clark. Kenny plays that same way where it's up the field, explosive, in the gap, use him on the twist, gets around. This kid is I have him in the bottom of the fourth round. And if he was playing at Mississippi State or Auburn or one of these things, hell, he might even be higher. But here we are with this, and I'm not banging on him because of the school, but man, I see a player that someone's gonna fall in love with this guy because of his size and know that ability to play as that penetrator.
We actually don't disagree all that much.
Yeah.
You have him as a low 4. I got him as a high 5.
You do. I have him ahead of Gil Howard from Texas Tech.
Him and Holton. I got him.
Holton, yeah. I got him ahead of those guys for sure.
Let me ask you this, Brian. He's probably like a 1-5-2 for me. So top of the 5 for me, bottom of the 4 for you. Same thing.
Got you.
Maybe like comp pick separate them.
Okay.
Proctor or Bocher, the linebacker from Oregon?
Oh, I'm taking Proctor.
Proctor or Curry from Ohio State, the edge?
I've got Curry. Oh, I've got Curry. But I got him and Curry in the same range.
Yeah.
Same range. I'll take Proctor because I have a feeling I know what he is a little bit more than Curry.
I think he's a lot more athletic than Curry.
I do too.
That's tough. How about this? Proctor or our guard from Notre Dame, Billy Schroth?
I would take Proctor over Schroth.
Proctor or Will Lee from Texas A&M?
Man, it's funny. I've been sitting there watching A&M games with my dad at home at night, and Will Lee. I was surprised how many plays Will Lee makes in a game. I would probably go with Will Lee in this one.
Okay, see, those are my 5. So let me go to my bottom 4s where you got them.
Yeah.
Proctor or Danny Dennis Smith, Penn State edge?
I got him over Dennis Smith.
Proctor or Keenan from Alabama?
Man, I really like Keenan a lot.
Yeah.
I would go with Keenan. I like Keenan over Cleveland, and we've had that discussion about Cleveland as well.
Yeah. Cleveland, nice though.
Yeah.
How about this?
Wait. How about you? Where do you have Cleveland on? Do you have Cleveland in this area?
I got Cleveland at the top of the 4s.
Okay, so but you would have him better than Proctor. Then you like Cleveland a lot more than Proctor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I like Keenan more than Cleveland, but you're flipped on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Keenan, Alabama, by the way. There.
How about this? I got two more.
Okay.
3 more, and I think you're gonna like Proctor better than these guys. What about Proctor or Murdoch, the linebacker from Buffalo?
I like Proctor.
Proctor or Ramsey, safety from USC?
I got Ramsey better.
And I think this one might be most difficult. Proctor or York from Texas A&M linebacker?
Got him in the same zone. I would say, man, York size.
Yeah.
Proctor's first step. I'm going to say I would probably, if I stack them, I'll stack York over Proctor.
This is fast. One last one, please.
Okay.
Skylar Bell, wide receiver from UConn.
God, man, they're all Bell would be higher on my board.
They all right there though.
But Bell would be higher on my board.
Okay, that's fascinating. See, we don't disagree too much. We don't disagree too much.
Okay, let me ask you this though.
Sure.
Like McClellan, Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Durant, Penn State.
Okay. I got McClellan in the threes, actually.
Okay, so that's way up above him.
I like McClellan. But Durant, it's almost like they tags touching.
Yeah.
Because I got Durant at the bottom of the fourth.
Okay.
And Proctor at the top of the five. What separated this is I just thought Durant played better dudes more often.
Okay.
And he was actually super athlete pass rusher versus better dudes more often.
You learned well.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
But I like Proctor a lot, though. I like him better than Corleone. I like him better than Bocher, Lee.
Yeah,
Elam's Orr. I like him better than McGowan. I like him better than Schroth and Wright. Jude Bowery. I like him. He's at the top of the and look, the LSU game did it for me.
Yeah.
The LSU game did it for me. Watching that game made me go, he should play versus better competition.
I think he's fine against quality competition. I'm not going to say LSU was great by any means, but I would say quality competition there. That he was battling, and then you watch Louisiana Tech, he was battling. I think this guy is going to go to a team, and I think he's going to help somebody because of his size, his quickness. I think he's got some flexibility to where he can play in a position. I hate saying position flex because it means you usually don't have a position. Yeah. But I'm going to say this guy is going to be. I think this guy's going to help somebody. Absolutely.
He should have been in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
He should have been.
We'll have a word with Drew about that.
Come on, Drew Fabian. You know what I'm saying?
First, we get Drew back on a little bit later here in the year. We could like go after him about that. Like, Drew, what are you doing to my guy Proctor here?
Yeah, man. Senior Bowl is normally good about taking those smaller school guys and kind of bumping them up a little bit.
Drew will learn.
We had a little miss on this one. All right, Brian, tell us about our safety from Indiana, Lewis Moore.
Okay, this is now where I'm really. I had a hard time with this guy, and I mean a hard time in a good way.
Okay, I did too.
Because I think this guy is a really good player, and I was questioning how high I was going to put him.
Do you have him higher than the guy that we're going to talk about next, the safety from Miami, Thomas?
Yes.
I got Thomas higher, but please go ahead.
Okay, you probably did it because of felt like better cover.
Thomas, in my opinion, was a much better cover guy.
Okay.
Lewis Moore caught picks that kind of came to him.
Deflection picks.
Yeah. Moore was a much better tackler, I think.
Yeah. This kid, Lewis Moore, is actually from Mesquite, Texas. Okay. He started his career at Indiana. This is a weird one. He started his career at Indiana, went to Mississippi for a year, and then came back to Indiana.
He jumped on with that wave of...
Yeah, he got back. He got him a national championship ring.
Jam, you got it.
Yeah. He's a 6-year player, so this is an older guy. Okay. I think this is a scheme-ready player. And I say that in a way that you could play him up, you could play him back. I think there's a physical presence to him on the field. There's a real attitude for the position. He puts himself in position to make stops, and I really like that about him. And you mentioned that. I think the ball does bounce his way. All of a sudden you see a deflection, and he happens to be there, or the ball's on the ground. He happens to be there to pick it up.
But you got to be there, though.
You got to be there, though. I mean, he will drive, and you can see him playing too deep. You see him playing single high. You can see him playing linebacker. I don't know if I want him cover him. I'm not going to say hybrid guy. Yeah. I'm not going to go, oh, this is one of those hybrid like Stooks from Arizona, guys like that. We've seen all these hybrid hybrid nickel.
Free.
Yeah. This guy's not one of those guys. But you do see him play kind of as a robber. Yeah. You could see him play in the middles for the crossers and things like that. I think that he is very smart as a player. And I think he sees the field well. I think the tackling part is the tackling part's really good. The pedal for a safety is controlled. It's not all over the place. I mentioned about the robber stuff, the route combinations. I think he reads those things pretty well and is able to kind of diagnose where he needs to be. He's quick to collapse on those crossing routes. When he sees it, he's able to drive forward and make plays. You can watch the Ohio State game, the Big Ten championship game. They try and run our tight end, Claire. They try and run him inside, and Moore's right on top of him and is able to make a play right there. So I think he's good at reading the quarterback's eyes and then kind of working to where he needs to be. This guy was a wide receiver, though, in JUCO, and then he's made the transition to play in safety. And I think actually the wide receiver stuff mentally kind of helps him helps him play some of these routes. I see range with this guy. I like this guy, and I think I didn't put him high enough. I got him. I do have him in the 4th round, and I do have him over Fitzgerald from USC. Is where I have him. But I have him below like Lewis from Pitt. Now this is my problem. Lewis from Pitt is a projection. Broaddus, you're projecting a guy, but wait a minute, you're watching tape of a guy who actually is making plays as a safety. Why is Lewis in the 3rd round and this guy in the 4th round?
Because you can see the vision for Lewis better than you can.
I think it's the coverage stuff. But man, someone is going to take Moore from Indiana. They're going to take this guy, Lewis Moore from Indiana, and they're going to get him a damn good player. And I was a little bit caught. Why do you have a projection above him when you should have a guy who actually plays the position? And you mentioned you could go and watch him play Ohio State. You can go watch him play Oregon. You could go watch him play Miami. You could watch him play against big time competition, and it should elevate his game.
Yeah, you nailed it, Brian. I didn't think he was all that fascinating, but he was very steady.
Very steady.
A very steady player.
Steady
and look, ain't nothing wrong with being steady. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was always around the football, whether it's deflected or the team threw it right to him. You still got to be around him.
Got to be there.
I didn't see him in this class full of hybrid guys.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
I normally hate safety, Brian.
I know you do.
I can't stand safety.
I know you do.
I think it's a little boring. But this class is full of safeties that aren't boring because they do multiple things.
Right.
Lewis Moore does like the least out of most of the safeties that we've seen.
Sure.
And if you're a safety that's not going to be super multiple, right? For example, Zaquez Wheatley and Bud Clark, they don't do a whole bunch, but they're rangy.
Man, I love Wheatley. And
I love them both.
I do too.
But they rangy as hell.
Yeah.
Lewis Moore is more smart than rangy as hell.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I think he's really good versus the run, though, Brian.
Yeah.
He's really good versus the run. He'll come up and he'll tackle. He ain't scared to do, all that. But I think his biggest problem is that he's in a class full of safeties that do a bunch of jobs, and he don't do a bunch of jobs back. I got him in the 5s, man.
Okay.
But I like the player. Like if you draft him in the 5th round, I can see your vision. You know what I'm saying? A guy to maybe like sit down for a year, take over later.
Right.
He's gonna play on teams right now because he can come up and do run stuff. It's just that, man, when I put him next to Strowman, and Strowman's doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Taft's doing a bunch. Kilgore's doing a bunch. Ramsey's doing a bunch. Fitzgerald got range and catching picks. Genesis Smith got range, picks.
Yeah,
Scott,
I put him above Fitzgerald, and but man, I think I fell in love with the player of the things you're talking about.
Sure.
I think you're right about Fitzgerald and those guys doing more than that. But man,
you like steady.
I just like the steady, reliable.
You like steady.
The guys in place, the guys tackling, the guys playing physically. He's a veteran guy. Yeah. Give me that guy. So you're gonna argue with me about their next guy.
It's crazy because on offense, I'm more steady guy. But with
defensive
defensive players, I'm a bit of like a visionary.
Visionary. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? All right, Lewis Moore. I ain't finna create a job for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the next safety that we have, Jakobe Thomas from Miami.
He is an interesting guy, and I think I might have him wrong, but I'm gonna hear you out on this one.
He do a bunch of jobs, Brian.
He does a bunch of jobs.
He do a bunch of jobs. Also played against some good competition.
He absolutely.
Playoff run and all that.
Absolutely.
Shouts out to you. I think he understands route combos really well. You see him sit on routes, and you kind of see a quarterback trying to eyeball him a little bit.
Right.
He'll ignore it and go break on the other guy, something like that. He gets his hands on the football, Brian. I believe he had like 9 picks over 2 years or something, 2-3 years or something crazy like that. Bats the ball down a whole bunch. I think, unlike Moore, I think he is good in coverage. I think you have to pick and choose who he's man covered against, but I do think he's pretty decent in man coverage for the dudes that they ask him to man cover. I think he's a good zone guy, whether he's high or low. I don't think he's incredibly rangy like some of these other guys. He's not Genesis Smith, Fitzgerald, or he ain't rangy like that. Yeah. But he's more of I make plays like Halsey makes plays.
He's got a sneaky way of creating turnovers
because he'll be like looking and then he'll go and break
exactly.
This way.
Yeah.
I think they found a lot of value for him as a blitzer. Also,
that might have been one of the best things he does.
3 sacks.
Yeah.
Some hurries, some hits or whatever. Like he really got busy blitzing or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
They'll walk him down. Sometimes he'll disguise it, walk down late.
That's where I think you're onto something there. The blitzing with the disguise.
He's really dangerous.
It's like he's kind of lurking, and then then next thing he's on top of the quarterback.
Yeah. It's interesting because this might be where you separate him from Moore a little. I might like Moore a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think Jakobe runs all that fast.
Yeah.
His closing burst when he's blitzing is fantastic, but that's like short distance.
Right.
But you do kind of see dudes get behind him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that may mean that Thomas is more of a strong safety than a free. They play him at free a bunch,
right?
But he might be more of a walk down robber type dude. But
that's why I put him as a strong myself.
I think he's a strong.
Yeah, I did too.
Not really Superman guy, but it depends on the matchup, and I don't know how fast he runs. I got him in the 4th round, Brian, because I think Moore is a much better player versus the run. I don't think Thomas is bad versus the run. I think Thomas gives you a ton of value as a pass rusher, and I think Thomas is a much better cover guy in space.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think because what happens when you watch guys back to back, you accidentally kind of compare them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah,
Moore had a lot of passes thrown to him.
Yeah,
I don't think they threw passes to Thomas.
Right.
I think Thomas went and took the picks.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I got him in the 4th round there.
No, that's a fair assessment of this player. I think the thing about it is that here's another older guy, and here's a guy again a double transfer. Middle Tennessee and then Tennessee to Miami. Yeah. But you're right. He's got a knack for creating turnovers. I mean, you could see him get his hands on the ball. You could see him punching at the ball. He's always these guys that's kind of that way, a little bit sneaky. Yeah. I mentioned about the disguise. He'll kind of bait a quarterback into thinking that he's clean, and then the next thing you know, he's on the line, and then he's running. Miami's got a really good scheme for doing that. They got all those pass rushers, and then they've got the other corner on the other side that we really
Scott.
Scott, yeah, they got Scott. They could bring Scott. They could bring Thomas. Yeah. They've got a really good scheme for doing this. I think that the thing about him is that I think the coverage aspect of this guy is really the tight ends and maybe some backs, but I don't know about overall. I just wasn't, the robber stuff, we saw that with our previous guy playing in the middle field. I think he is a reactive athlete, though. Yeah. I think there's things about him reading the quarterback's eyes and then being able to be able to do that. He's 6'1", he's 211 pounds. Yeah. So I do like him. The thing about him was, and this is where I had him too low, is the questions you mentioned. I wasn't really sure how fast he was. Where with Moore, I saw a little bit more range playing on the back from the two, and then they were rotating, and he was playing single high and then going back in some coverage stuff like that. So, fair enough. But that's why I had Moore over Thomas in this particular case.
We got one last player, Bryan Broaddus. Zach, put me on phone real quick. We got a D lineman from Michigan. Da, da, da. All right, but we got Rayshaun Benny. Benny. Rayshaun Benny on PFF's list, he was like in the 80s somewhere.
Yeah.
So apparently Rayshaun Benny is a guy that they had lately that they bumped up because we went right past him. But all of a sudden
we were right past him.
I've also seen some other outlets have Benny ranked kind of high, but hey, we're in the 4th to 5th round, guys. We're gonna talk about him here.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, we don't scout helmets around here.
Try not to.
Because we got a Michigan D lineman as your best pass rusher on your damn team right now. So we're going to try to be fair to the Michigan D lineman. But apparently you got a 5 on Rayshaun Benny.
I do. Just
kind of listening to your rankings and where you got him. Tell us about Rayshaun Benny. I thought he was another player that's kind of interesting in how he gets down, but please.
6'3", 298. Looks bigger on tape. I
think him and Proctor look bigger on tape.
I thought
Proctor looked like 310. I thought Benny looked like 320.
Yeah, it's funny because he wears the number 26.
So
it's kind of a weird. Michigan's got a bunch. They got 24s and 26s that play in defensive linemen. Here's the. I said this first line of my report was interesting player and where you would line him up.
He played 1, 3, 4, I-5 and linebacker. They stood him up in A-gap and blitzed him.
I think he's probably, honestly, he really plays as a defensive end in a 3-4 alignment. He's like I list him as a 3 technique, but he's kind of like the 3 technique that can play the 4-eye and all that stuff like that.
I saved my reaction for this very moment. I think he's more Kenny Clark than Proctor is.
Okay. I think I'd say the thing with Proctor because of just the explosive first step.
He's Kenny Clark because he line up everywhere.
But this guy stands straight up. And this is now killing me about these Michigan kids. Wink Martindale is the defensive coordinator, or was the defensive coordinator at Michigan. We all know Wink Martindale from the Ravens days, when he's with the Giants. Yep. It was attack. Remember Graham last year? We got a much better feel for a Michigan player as a defensive lineman that could get up the field. This guy reverts back to some of that 2-gap stuff.
Yeah.
You see extend, peek, and then get to the ball. But it's the same kind of thing you saw with Mozzie. He pops straight up out of his stance. I mean, he gets tall, and then maybe it's all that. You wonder if he goes to a team, is he going to play? Is he going to be able to just take a gap and attack the gap? I just don't see that. I don't think he has the best foot quickness, and I don't see a lot of range with this guy. But when the ball does get outside of him, there's some times where he is struggling. I mean, the quarterback get outside, and he's trying to run over there, and he's trying to put his hand up to knock a pass down or something like that. The change of direction, I think, is a problem for this guy. I don't think he has ideal body control when you look at him play. The thing that he has, the best thing he has is his length and the strength. And if he's going to win, it's going to be an arm over move is what's going to make him win. So, but other than that, it's just kind of push. You could see some stoutness. You watch the Ohio State game. They're down there on the goal line, and there's some stoutness with the way that he's going to play. Yeah. But this guy is a rotational player. You got to see if he could develop some pass rush traits. The strength is one of his best traits. I don't like the fact that he pops straight up out of his stance, but maybe that has something to do with the way he's being coached. I have him in the 5th round. I have him behind, and the 3 techniques behind the Gil Howards, the Haltons, and guys like that.
You have Proctor over him.
I have Proctor over him, yes.
Okay. See, I got him over Proctor, and I feel like it comes down to Benny as a run defender versus Proctor as a pass rusher.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it kind of comes down to. Benny played 1, 3, 4, I-5 and linebacker.
Sure.
They trust him enough to be an athlete to go blitz him in A-gap or whatever. Right. Shouts out to Wink doing his thing there. Strong hands. I think he's either an even front 3 or an odd front end. I think he's pretty good as a run defender. He is 2-gap and gap and a half guy. Christian Parker probably like him a little bit. What that mean? Game player 80% of the time. Okay, cool. Okay, so good run game player 80% of the time. I think most of the time I thought he was really good versus the run.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like he's just kind of throwing his hands in a circle like what's going on.
Sure.
Sometimes he does look a little crazy, but the majority of the time I think he's a really good run guy. Powerful hands, extending on guys, and all this kind of stuff. It's odd because if he's going to be an odd front guy, 2-gapping, cool. I think if he's in an even front, he's a pass rushy, upfieldy 3-tech type of guy that should be an A-gap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he rushes like an A-gap rusher.
Right.
But they'll line him up in B-gap.
Yeah.
And he's probably a 3 for real. Yeah. So that's kind of weird there. Somebody's going to have to iron that out. But as a pass rusher, single gap, quick hands, but his feet may not be quick. Yeah. Swim move, really good at it. But the problem is that he can't take. I don't think he's good at taking doubles for a long period of time.
Right.
I think if he takes doubles, he has to win quick. If he hang around on the double too long, he might get pushed around, and he be playing tall as hell.
Yeah.
Parentheses like
yeah.
Pause, like the little 2 lines together, like pause. You know what I'm saying? His legs stand straight up. But I find it interesting that he's strong as hell with his legs standing straight up. So that leads me to believe that some development could be afoot. But as a run defender, I've seen him do it versus some guys, Brian.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it consistently versus some guys. I may be too high on him. PFF got him in the 80s. I think that's a bit strange. I'm not going to have him in the 80s on my stack. He'll probably be in the 110s or something. But I liked him a little more than Durant, because Durant kind of flops around in the run game a little bit. I thought Benny was a little more stout in the run game. Yeah. Durant's clearly a much better pass rusher. Right. I don't think Benny is a trash can full of dirt guy. I think he can go out there and rush a little bit. He just don't know how to fully rush just yet. I'll probably mix these guys around a little bit, but chopping it up with you,
I wonder, and I think that maybe this is the case now that not what you're saying, but thinking about Grayson Halton.
Okay.
From Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah.
Because Grayson Halton has some of the same issues as this guy. I think the run stuff and the flexibility stuff makes you think that he's a better player. Because I think to me, okay, I say with Grayson Halton from Oklahoma, the initial quickness, but he struggles to maintain the surge.
So I think Halton is much quicker off the line of scrimmage.
Right.
They're both guys that two gap sometimes, or they single B gap rush sometimes.
But they play tall.
They both play tall. I think Halton's a better upfield 3-tech guy, but I don't think Halton two gaps as well as Benny. Yeah. But they both do the same jobs. They just do it opposite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Halton's the better one gap guy. Benny's the better two gap guy.
Yeah, I just kind of in reading my notes with Halton, and I'm starting thinking, okay, why would you have one over the other? Mm-hmm. And like there are times when you can watch, you can watch Benny on the movement stuff, and maybe there's a twist, and it's like he's kind of getting there. But
Halton's really good at twisting stunts.
Halton's really good at that. So that's what I'm saying. I think Halton better pass rusher, Benny better run defender.
Halton got 6 sacks. Benny had like 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that. And kind of got him in similar ways.
Would you have Halton over Benny? Or you had Benny over Halton.
I got Benny over Halton. I got Proctor over Gil Howard and Halton. Yeah. Halton's my
Gil Howard's our Texas Tech guy.
Texas Tech.
He's 280 pounds though, right?
Yeah, he might be an extra in real life.
That's what I'm saying, though. I wonder I'm kind of, as I'm looking through him, I'm wondering if I have.
I'm a visionary on defense.
No, it's funny.
I got a plan for him. Yeah,
it's funny when you sit down and you do it by yourself. When you put together your board and you're thinking like, okay, this guy. But when you sit down and kind of walk it through another guy that evaluates, it makes you think, okay, wait a minute, why did I?
Where do you have Durant?
I got Durant above these guys.
What separates Durant and Gil Howard?
I think it may be, man, it's like one's 280, one's 290.
They're both kind of little bitty.
They're little guys.
Both pass rushers, not really run game guys. It's just that
I think that Durant's a little bit more twitchy.
Much more.
Yeah.
Much more.
See, that's where like I think that when you look at Gil Howard is kind of a gap and go. Mm-hmm. Whereas Durant's a little bit more of a can kind of be, he's disruptive too. Mm-hmm. But man, I feel like Durant needs to be kind of on the edge.
I don't think they're really far apart though.
Yeah.
I think we can look at these 5 guys, Benny, Durant, Proctor, Gil Howard, and Halton, and really talk through it and figure out like where we got them stacked or whatever. But
see, I got McClellan from Missouri above Durant as a 3 technique.
Yeah, me too. With
Proctor underneath that, then Gil Howard, Benny, Halton.
McClellan for me.
You know me, I like Kennan from Alabama. That's like my guy.
Well, he's a one tech for you.
Right, but I'm just talking about yeah. But
for my
the threes, yeah.
I got McClellan in the 3rd round. He's at the top right now.
Right, me too.
And he's the only one I got in the 3rd round.
Okay, so you're okay.
Then I got Benny and Durant in the 4th.
Okay.
And I might move these guys around a little bit. And then in the 5s, I got Proctor, Gil Howard, Halton.
Yeah.
I was high on Proctor, but I was a bit of a coward because he beating the shit out the Northeast.
Yeah. Directional school guy.
Northeast Florida kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you put his LSU and La Tech,
that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, I kind of thought he was a poor man's, but you thought that Benny was the poor man's Clark.
I thought Benny had a lot more Clark in him because Benny does the 2 gap stuff and move around stuff a little bit.
That's fair.
Interesting, man. Good day today. Good conversation. Look, we're gonna run out of this.
Those were some good players, though. I mean, sometimes you're looking at guys and you're thinking, please don't be wasting my time right now. Yeah. But no, you've put together a really good list of guys.
This is what we're gonna do, Brian. I actually stopped trusting PFF a little bit, and I started going rogue. Yeah. Going rogue. This was a rogue list. This ain't me following PFF.
Wow.
This is me going down, just seeing names that I recognize other people have said, and just ignoring PFF. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. We got our guys. We're gonna break down Friday.
Right.
It's too late. We can't move them.
Right.
We got quarterback week after that.
You're not punting on the quarterbacks, are you?
I'm not gonna. As bad as I want to, I'm not going to put on the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We're going to watch those guys so that week. But the 2 weeks after that, I want to redo that list. You have a list for after quarterback week.
Yeah.
I want to redo that list a little bit and go find names and kind of ignore what PFF is saying.
I totally agree, man.
Because when we at the end now,
I need to hit my scout buddies.
Yeah.
I go give me some names of guys I'm missing out on.
Do that.
Yeah.
30 visits are going to keep coming out.
30 visits are another thing we're going to have to catch up on.
Also, too, like I was listening to Hellman say something. He said, "Oh, this is a heavy tight end class down towards the end. Maybe we should look at some more tight ends or whatever, right?"
I agree.
So I'm going to take some time.
10.
Yeah. So after quarterback week, I'm going to ignore the list that I sent you and kind of restructure it a little
Please
bit.
do.
And get some guys that the community is talking about.
All right, sounds good.
More so than PFF. All right. If you guys are curious where to find anything, whether it be some merch or the audio platform, Clips channel, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's all on crownglobalmedia.com. You can find everything up there. It's all curated in a nice place, and we appreciate y'all for going to the website and looking for stuff and clicking on stuff and buying stuff. We appreciate y'all 2 pieces. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll have Brian come up with a question for me. I got one
I got a lot
already.
for you tomorrow.
And we'll go back and forth on that. We got Players Friday. We'll come back and do it all over again. Crown Global Media on Twitter. He went out the country to go find some help on Twitter.
Man, my guys out of the country are listening right now, are going to be listening. Mm-hmm. I need you guys. Put me on camera 2 or camera 3, whatever.
Put them on 3. Put them on 3.
I need you. I need you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Help me. I need to get my Twitter back.
Put me on phone.
I'm going to get a text tonight.
Put me on phone. I don't know nobody out the country.
No, you do. You got some fans outside the country.
That's nice. Hey, we appreciate y'all.
Be safe outside the country too, buddy.
Be safe over there.
Yeah.
We'll catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Crown.